Look at that. Look at that. We are live.
All right.
So let's see if I can find how this works from here. Where'd it go? Dang it. Everything is so tiny. Here it is. Here we go, guys. Well, there it is. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It's a new year, a new look, a new show. So, how was your new year?
It was good. I went out that night. Normally, I stay low. Well, I went out. I always go out, but I stayed. I went to a different part of New York in my borough, and it was different, but it was fun. I enjoyed it. Yeah, holidays were actually pretty good overall. Can't complain.
Hello, sorry I'm late.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I'm actually having computer problems, and I did a lot of repairs. I was going to tell Warren about this. So from occasion, every now and then, I have an issue, and then I'll have to exit the stream and then come back on, and it's because my computer freezes up. Well, it's
Hmm.
for the past 5 6 years, I've been working with 8 gigabytes of RAM, and
And
that
now
and now I'm working with 64.
64. Jeez, I thought we were only went to 16. That's great.
No,
So
no,
you must feel great.
I added a SATA drive on the inside. I went whole hog yesterday
Nice.
and did all of these repairs. It took all day long. I missed out on playing Fortnite last night with Joker and the guys, and finally got it all put together. And sure enough, my computer this morning says it needs to restart so that it can repair a disk. And it has been repairing a disk for the past hour and a half. And so I'm on my telephone as opposed to my computer,
Oh
and
no.
I'm back down where I was. So
Oh,
Hey, but you
well, at least you
sound
tried.
clear.
Yeah, you sound good. I didn't know that you're on your phone.
yeah, well, it's sitting right in front of me. So
Mm.
let me see if I can figure out. I don't know where everything is now on my telephone. So I mean,
Haha,
here,
there you are.
and this is what old men look like when they're looking at their phones, I guess.
We all look
I'm
great when
trying to
we're looking at our phones.
trying to find where
Just looking
everything
down.
is.
It's the best angle.
Like I got the slides in here, but I don't know where to find them. So
The mobile version of StreamYards is it's horrible. Don't press backwards. Don't press back because that'll just yeet you out of your own stream.
okay,
It seems to
okay.
do that a lot.
Let me hit cancel.
Hey
that.
Nico, Happy New Year.
Oh, there's comments. Love it. Let me see if I can figure out my way there.
Oh,
And
Nico, how's it going?
there it is. That's how you do that. Hey, Nico, Happy New Year. Everything worked out well. If you're watching on Twitter, we can now look at our Twitter comments,
Yep.
and so if you want to comment, please comment. Good morning, everyone, says Random Rick Reviews. Or if you're Spanish, that's what there's.
Good morning.
So there's that. And
I can't share this broadcast. Okay.
you can't?
I don't
Why
know
not?
how. Oh, there we go. That's share. There we go. Never mind. I lied.
Well done, Kitty. Well done.
Hello, fans of Kitty. You are now watching the broadcast of what is this? Dang it. Super Sunday wrap up. Please comment below. We'd love to hear from you as we're fumbling around here trying to figure out what's going on. Was hoping to do a majors update. he's got an interview coming out on Monday that they've released some things about, or maybe it happened already. I have no idea. If you know anything about that, please let us know, because I was not expecting to have another majors update this year, but looks
I
like
have not. I have no information for that. Does anyone? Yeah.
Warren, do
Uh,
you have anything on that?
Well, he lost the case.
Well, that's not an update.
Other than that, no other updates. The interview is what I was waiting for too, but nope. That's not my end.
I haven't watched the interview.
Neither have I. So
And people were. I just saw people talking about the interview and like the titles of the videos and things, but I never watched it, so I don't know exactly. It seemed like I saw someone say, "Is this even for real? This seems like parody." So, yeah. Sorry, I'm just busy sharing my ignorance here.
no, it's I don't think it'll have the same effect as, like, say, a Jussie Smollett interview or anything like that. But he I'm pretty sure he's got a lot that he can say, a lot that his PR people would not like him to say. But yeah, I think it was pretty much a raw deal all the way around. But for every OJ, we got to have a majors.
Yep. That was our update.
That was the update.
That was
Oh, we got a comment. Let's see what it says. Oh,
Andrew.
hello, Andrew. Hello from Rosales Comics Telephone. I can't find the slides. Do you know where the slides might be? I'm looking under more.
I have no idea how to work it on my phone.
If you know how to get the slides from a mobile phone on StreamYard, put it in the comments below, because I want to get to the slides that we have. Other than that, we might want to move on to a different topic. Let's see. No, stop moving those around. I'm trying to slide up, and I'm moving my banners around. So
I'm just glad you're still here, because what I seem to do when I'm on StreamYard's mobile is yeet myself out of the stream all the time.
Yeah, but that's always amusing, So what about this? We'll go to this topic.
There we go.
We'll go to this topic.
I know about this one.
You know about this one? Awesome.
Lord.
I have a video to prep us for it.
Then yeah, I would rather us see the video.
Yeah, let me get to it. I've got to scroll around.
So he had all the show prep, ladies and gentlemen, and then the computer had performance anxiety and just said no.
Yeah.
So I hope it finishes repairing its disk in the next hour.
While I'm looking for this, enjoy some of this music that I had found online.
Oh yeah! I love it so much. Where do you find this stuff? You can force your phone to use the desktop version, Katru says. He's always got the answer.
Gosh, let me do that. Are you sure? Oh, it's
yeah,
going to
say view desktop version or something.
It's going to make me leave, so I'll start this video, and then I'll do that.
Okay. It'll probably loop if it makes you leave.
I swear to God, men, reach down into your pants, find your and be okay with it. We can take a woman directing a film in Star Wars and live. We're all gonna survive. I swear to God, you guys want to come off like you're tough and you're a bunch of wusses. Finally, a woman gets to direct a theatrical feature in Star Wars with Rey, with other women leading the way. And there's nothing wrong with that?
Another day, another controversy, because a person said a thing and now half the internet is angry about it and the other half is angry at the people who got angry in the first place.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
The director of the Ray movie just said this.
You know, I'm very thrilled about the project because I think what we are about to create is something very special. And we're in 2024 now. And I think it's about time that we had a woman come forward to shape the story in a galaxy far, far away.
What the f*** has that got to do with Star Wars?
Sharmeen Obed-Chinoy will be the director of the next Star Wars movie, which will follow Rey 15 years after the rise of Skywalker.
The answers seem to come in the form of previous interviews that magically resurfaced around the same time that seem to offer some insight into her mindset as a director.
I like to make men uncomfortable. I enjoy making men uncomfortable.
See, the fact is, these interviews were made years earlier and they have absolutely nothing to do with Star Wars or even the entire Western Hemisphere for that matter. She was talking about her documentary work to expose the practice of honor killings in Pakistan and the men who somehow think it's okay to literally murder women for the crime of being assaulted. But the problem is that when a clip like that surfaces at the same time as her interview about Star Wars, the human mind naturally forms a link between two completely unrelated things and assumes the worst.
I think at the heart of everything, I am a storyteller and an activist. And my body of work over the last 20 years has been guided by my activism, and every single piece of work that I've ever created has a piece of activism in it. It could be very overt or it could be covert.
Now, none of this is to say that I think she's going to produce an amazing Star Wars movie or that she's particularly qualified to take on a massive project like this in the first place.
Not sure if all of you know this, but I'm not a trained filmmaker. So I never went to film school. I went to Smith College and did my undergraduate and studied economics and political science like a good Pakistani girl.
Why? She belongs in the kitchen. I don't understand.
She's not a good Pakistani girl.
But I would say that she does belong, at an accounting firm.
Really?
Well, somewhere.
No.
And by the way,
An HR department.
whenever she does need to, she said this too as well. I didn't pull up the clip, but she did say that whenever she needs to, she will play the woman card. And is proud to do so because
I haven't heard that one.
Yeah. Oh. So she said she would be happy to do that because, why not? If there's a big long line of men and they let her go ahead of time, she will play the damsel in distress if she needs to. So
okay.
So that's absolutely lovely.
Okay, so she's a two-faced feminist. Okay. Oh, she thinks that's a win.
Can I share my screen of what?
Let me see if I can.
I think Gozlilla just has to admit the sharing of your screen. So he will add it to this.
Okay. Have you offered it up?
Tribute.
Yeah.
Hey, Bree.
Yo, Bree. I'm trying to figure out how to do this now from my phone. I've got it in. There it is.
Okay. All right. I will make it bigger, guys. This is a clip I saw and I figured I'd share.
I like to make men uncomfortable. I enjoy making men uncomfortable.
Oh, she's so, and then all the girls.
Well, I can change that in a hurry.
That was good. I thought Cole. Is that a video about Cole? Jeez, that's really good.
No, that's not. That's good old Ronald Reagan back in the day.
No, I'm saying who put that together. I was like, I sort that out quickly. Yeah, there you go. There's the quality.
So,
I enjoy making men uncomfortable.
I specifically put the date or the year of those other comments simply because the other ones the one where she says she enjoys making men feel uncomfortable. Of course you do. You're calling them out for the brutality against women that some some people face, some women face in some certain countries. Definitely not where Kitty lives, but
No.
it's wonderful and progressive, and we love it. It's the
I
safest
mean,
place in the world.
hey, I haven't been persecuted.
Your safety is paramount. So,
Mhm.
but in other countries where she comes from, Pakistan, they got honor killings and things like that. And yes, if you were calling men out on that, you would definitely relish making them feel uncomfortable. So
Yeah.
now, as far as being qualified to take on a major motion picture, um,
Like
she said
Star Wars.
she said it herself. She does not. She didn't go to film school. She doesn't. She didn't learn to direct. She didn't learn to communicate with actors, and she's only done. I think she did an episode of She.
No, didn't she? She did 2 episodes of Miss Marvel, and then they had to reshoot them or something like that. I don't know which
Yeah.
video I watched on this today, but that was it. It was 2 episodes of Miss Marvel, maybe something on She-Hulk, but because she didn't know what she was doing,
Mhm.
they had to redo it.
So again, we have somebody being hired specifically for a reason, and that reason is not her qualifications as a filmmaker. Okay, so Disney does have the equity and inclusion, where they have to hire certain number of people of certain persuasions for high level in different departments and everything else, and I guess that includes directors. So maybe that's the reason why they hired her for that role, or it could be because of her work. She was hired specifically for what she does. And again, in 2023, she said that everything she does includes activism, overt
Yep.
or covert.
But it's
And
there.
but it's there. And maybe that is why they hired her, because Disney might be relishing the idea of, spreading a specific message: man bad, women good.
That's really not going to help, guys. They've learned absolutely nothing.
You want to read what Bry says there, because I can't.
If I was some, you go.
Go ahead. No, ladies first.
Oh, sexism over here. If I was someone who just finished film school and she gets hired over me, I'd be pissed. Yeah, what's the point of finishing film school?
Finishing film school. Okay.
What's the point?
Yeah. Let's be fair. I have not gone to film school. I've not gone to film school. I haven't even gone to the school that she went to and graduated. I am not a proper Pakistani girl. So,
Mhm.
but I have made several award-winning short films that were, narrative based and not documentaries. They were fiction. They were, telling stories and doing things like that. I've also done animations and like that. But still, I have not, as a Pakistani woman, been hired by Disney. So I think that's a problem. Hey, Gray.
Yep.
How's
I
it
think
going?
my problem. Hey, Gray. I think my problem is why is it she's saying Star Wars needs a woman at the helm? I'm sorry. Does she forget that Princess Leia was one of the most important characters in Star Wars? That
No. It has to be somebody directing it. Now
she's an
woman has. So before we had the characters, and that wasn't enough. Okay. Now we have to have the directors.
it's stupid. I'm so sorry.
What?
What just happened here?
There's some echo. Usually when I speak because I'm so loud.
Ah. I don't know why Firefox did that to my screen. So, Kitty, can you do me a favor? Can you forward this stream link to Gray? See if he wants to come on
Yeah, I shall.
while I try to find my way back to the actual StreamYard thing here, and oh, okay, good. I'm back. I am
Okay.
back. All right. Still can't see the screen. So what's this comment over here? Kathleen Kennedy doesn't count. Ah, that's funny, Andrew. That's funny. For those of you who didn't get to read it, there it is. Look at that. Old man plays with his phone. That's what I should have named this episode instead of old. But yeah, that was my idea when I was naming the episode, was that 2024, 2023 was kind of horrendous, and you know, he's passing old man time is passing the baton over to the new kid, and the new kid just says, "Hold my beer." And what a
We haven't even begun. Yeah. Gray, I'm looking for you on my.
Lots of people made a list of some kind. We're not talking about that.
No.
But we can talk about
Gray, I DM'd you the on Discord if you would like to join.
We can talk about who's watching Doctor Who.
I don't even watch
No
that
one?
show. Not me.
Were you a doctor? Were you a, what are they called? Who?
A Whovian?
Yes, that's
I
it.
think Whovians live in Whoville. I don't know. They won't let me scroll. Come on. Dang you. Stupid little thing. All right. Nope. That didn't work.
Well, Andrew, are you watching? Oh, sorry.
Let's see, there's here we go. Video clips. All right. But it's still not letting me scroll. Dang it. All right.
Gosh darn it.
Not working.
Are you watching it with morbid curiosity, Andrew? Or are you enjoying it?
All right.
Axel, this is not, honey, sweetie, baby child. This is not your area.
So,
Yeah.
Oh gosh darn, I can't even read that. What does that headline say?
Shuri Gatwa, how do we say his name? Gatwa. Doctor Who's Christmas Special 2023 ratings revealed. The special was the most watched scripted show on Christmas Day.
Yeah,
2023.
on the day where people are busy, and not really on TV.
They had to find a kind of what do you call it, record to show. Like,
yes,
the most watched scripted one.
and the thing is that you're going to have your people that promote it and people that are detracting it, and so what is this next slide? Oh yeah, that slide gives you all the numbers, doesn't it? Millions of this, and that it only went slightly down, but it did better than the last one. I'm doing that by memory, by the way, because I can't see that screen. But
could you give it to us and we could see?
Yeah. What does that headline say?
We don't see it anymore.
You don't see it anymore.
No, we don't see. We're not sharing with us anymore.
Uh-oh.
There we go. Now we got it.
Yeah, I got
We
it
had it.
now. We had it for a second.
All right.
There
Now
we
it's
go.
there.
Okay. What does that headline say?
Warren, I've had my chance.
Doctor Who suffers massive ratings crash over its extremely woke 60th anniversary special.
So the detractors will use the exact same numbers that the other ones did to prove both things. So you have the exact same information, and one side is saying it's the most highest rated, most watched in this quarter
Year.
hour.
Yeah.
And the other one says it's a terrible downfall, and it's because of my sexist view on things, and everybody's sexist, and we don't like this sort of thing. So it's just next slide.
Yeah, you've gotten to the next one.
Oh, good.
Are you wanting us to read the thing?
Yeah, because I need heroes.
According to that Park Place, the numbers are in. Doctor Who's 60th anniversary special saw a steep decline throughout the episodes, despite the return of our crowd favorite actors David Tennant and Catherine Tate. The first of the 360 anniversary specials, The Star Beast, which saw the return of David Tennant as the 14th Doctor and Catherine Tate as Donna Noble, bring in 5.8 million viewers in overnight numbers. After all calculations were completed, the show's total viewership in the United Kingdom clocked at 7.61 million. The overnight ratings for the show's episode Wild Blue Yonder declined by 250,000 viewers to 5% to 4.83 million. However, when the final calculations were made, the second episode only brought in 6.9 million viewers. That's a decline of over 710,000 viewers and nearly 10% from the first episode. The Giggle saw its overnight ratings decline even more. The series only brought in 4.62 million viewers. That's a decline of over 9% from the first episode and a 4.3% decline from the second episode.
Rosales, is it okay if I drop the link for Andrew? He's a Whovian.
Yes.
Sweet.
Yes, please. Because it seems to me that they are trying to go for a specific audience. And I don't know if that specific audience is a fan of science fiction.
Yeah.
Now, I know that there's a great number of fans of science fiction who are not fans of identity politics. They've made their voices loud and clear. And even though politics and social statements and things like that have been a large part of science fiction, you're able to use science fiction to touch on subjects that you wouldn't normally be able to touch on, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, I just this is the elusive modern audience that's supposed to come here, right?
I believe so.
And look, they are not a fan of science fiction, but are they a fan of fantasy? Because apparently, that's one of the little things that the writer has said is like, no, it's gone a bit more from science fiction to fantasy, and it's like, okay, does that make it any better? I don't think fantasy. That's Andrew's arrival. I can hear.
Yeah, let me see.
I don't think fantasy people are any less irritated with identity politics. Just can we please be entertained, please?
There we go. I got him on there now, I think.
Hey.
There you are.
How's it going?
It's going good, Andrew. Welcome. Can you tell us a little bit more about what's going on with Doctor Who?
Russell T. Davies is doubling down on every bad decision that Chris Chibnall made against the wishes of nearly everyone who cares about the show. Now, there are obviously some people who are enjoying this, but these people are they're the people that don't pay attention to anything going on and don't have any critical movie or TV show viewing standards, and we'll watch Doctor Who, no matter what. But those are the lowest common denominator, the fewest number of people. I think that even JXE, which is a trans YouTuber who's very much pro-trans, obviously, is highly disliking what's going on, from what I can see. Not because of certain things, but just because it makes for bad television, and the fact that they were they were very critical of the Timeless Child and the Flux, that last bit of run for Jodie Whittaker. And so I'm sure that they were very much looking forward to David Tennant coming back and seeing what Ncuti Gatwa could do. But I think that they're on hiatus for their channel, so it's so you can only look up what their opinions are on Twitter. But I'm fairly certain that even they are disappointed. So the target audience that they're going for is the audience that doesn't financially support. It's the Twitter crowd.
Yeah, those aren't the people that are buying the TARDISes and things. I don't think.
Exactly. Yeah, these are the people that are on Twitter all the time and don't really spend money on anything. So they just tweet all day about this kind of stuff and have multiple accounts and whatnot. And so you end up thinking, the metric, using Twitter as a metric used to be an idea that had some validity until people learned about that meta and started creating all kinds of accounts, and not actually, it doesn't represent actual fan engagement. It doesn't represent a purchasing power as well. So
it doesn't.
I mean,
yeah, it's not, and it's not a long-lasting audience.
I
It's not a
assume
fan audience.
time would have learned the business people what not to do.
Yeah.
Why would you assume that?
Well, because it normally doesn't take that long for money. What the?
To run out.
Sorry, I got a text in the middle of my rant here.
I know that we could hear it.
Old man rant.
Inconvenience.
So, but we used to call these people the moral minority or the vocal minority, and you always knew that the 1% of people.
Somebody arrived.
Yeah,
might be great.
Look at that! It is not. It is our friend and cohort, Chillmonger. Chillmonger, welcome.
And he can bring up the slides now. Yay!
Yes, Jill, I am on my phone because I did a great thing. I updated my computer. And, when that happens to me, being the old person that I am, everything falls apart right afterwards. So I'm on my phone trying to run the stream. And so we've.
You could use some assistance from the producer.
Okay, let me get that right. I'll be right back because I'm on another account.
Oh,
it's complicated, but I'll be there.
Okay, no problem. So you got we used to listen to them and let them talk, but then we would move on about actual business. They started getting to the point where they would now have to, in order to make us listen to them, sit in front of freeways with banners and
or glue their hands to things.
But recently, this isn't recently either. The vocal minority moved into strategic places so that they could plant the seeds of this sort of outrage every place. Okay. Now, put your conspiracy hats on because I'm about to go to conspiracy land. I have no proof for any of this, but they infiltrated the education system. Okay. Now, when you plant the seeds in the education system, you educate the future educators. The future educators then fuel the children who go into businesses. These businesses are now hiring people that were educated by the educators who were educated by the the vocal minority. So what we have is institutionalized activism. Did I add you to the stage yet? No. Let me try that again. There we go. Welcome back, sir. So the activism starts in the education. It makes its way down and gets into the businesses, and they start changing policies and saying things like, we need to hire more women and more people of color. And then they start hiring people, and we get the situations like we have with
Star Wars,
Doctor Who and Star Wars and so on. Welcome, Chill. How was your year end?
Normal. It was good.
Did you get
Normal.
an amateur drunk night, or did you stay off the highways?
A lot of chocolate. You know, everything's normal.
Awesome.
Have you heard of Carrie Smith?
No.
No.
What about this? Yeah, what is it?
She's a YouTuber.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
She's not that famous of a YouTuber. When I type her in Google, Carrie Smith, we get a PhD.
it's playing
in Alberta.
for us. I can hear the audio.
I can't hear.
Are we supposed to be hearing the?
What audio?
What are you hearing? I think that's you.
Oh no, no, that's just me. That's just me. Sorry. It's the something auto was all playing in the background for me. Just me. Sorry. I'm so sorry. No, that's her. Carrie Smith is a YouTuber that is her story. Is that she was educated in wokeness or whatever, and then sent out into other fields. And so she experienced the kind of thing that you're describing. And so she actually talks about that as part of her, like, she became deprogrammed, right? Is how she puts it. She woke up from wokeness. And so then she talks about that as part of her story on her channel. And what's interesting is one place that wokeness infected that you never would have thought of is knitting circles.
Knitting circles have been infiltrated.
That's something I learned about from her, is that they started implementing identity politics and woke identity politics inside of knitting circles in knitting YouTube and such.
Makes sense.
Welcome.
Oh.
Hello.
Hey.
So, what do you think we're going to do with what do you think is going to happen with Doctor Who? Is it going to go any further? Do you think it's going to finish off its this season? Do you think that they'll continue to push it even harder?
2 seasons. I think that we will definitely get both seasons of Ncuti Gatwa. After that, it's unclear, because the thing is that Disney is bankrolling these 2 seasons. They're basically paid for.
So, as like a Whovian, has it gotten significantly worse this time? Because I mean, like, I remember when they had the Lady Doctor. There was the whole like Rosa Parks episode. Like, there's been a bunch of things that were, everyone was saying that it was ruined years ago.
It looks.
So why is
better
this such a big controversy now?
Okay, so the thing is that it looks better than it ever has before. However, because it's got Disney money paying for it, but the storylines are what is it? Generic at best, cringe, and then it's
I'm just saying, it's not necessarily new this season.
Reminds me of Bill, if those who remember, where she would always remind you every episode that she's gay, and so then they always are. Gosh, there's a fine line between accurately representing the fact that your character is different, and then also like really pushing these like awkward or not awkward. It's my audio is coming through.
There's echo from.
I thought you were trying to talk, but no, it's just me.
No, it's echo from Rosales' phone.
Rosales,
he has to mute himself when he's not talking.
Anyway, so there's an awkward implementation of identity or someone's identity in the show. It's also, I don't know. It seems like Ncuti Gatwa's doctor is actually more similar to what's his name? Jack.
Harlow.
What's his name? The face of Bo. What was his name? The character. Anyways, the flamboyant guy, the guy he had the scandal, and they were starting to bring him back, but then stuff started to flare up again, and it kind of blew up in his face about like he was he's kind of like exposing himself or whatever on set or something.
What? Okay.
Does that one? Okay, I guess I'm really am the Whovian here. Nobody remembers the scandal. But yeah, he Jack is his character's first name, but he was all about the sexuality. He would talk about his
exploits.
He would his exploits, right? And he was bisexual. He was, a very sexualized character in general, right? And so because it was consistent, because it was he was an equal opportunity offender, you could say, right? It was seen as just the way this character is. It was consistently written, but someone like what's their name, Bill, who in every episode had to remind you that, oh, by the way, I'm gay. This situation is different because I'm gay. It came across as more like kind of browbeating rather than just the character being consistently written. And it seems like we have some kind of combination between Jack and Bill is the way that Ncuti Gatwa's character is being written. Is that we have the doctor talking about how his sexual exploits and such. And it's like that we've never had that before. The doctor isn't a sexual character. He doesn't. I mean, it's very rare that we even get any kind of romance, and some people don't even like that. And then we're going all the way over here to him talking about his sexual exploits in a club and such.
So he's gone from being so he's a sexual and he was asexual person before?
Basically, yeah. Basically, yeah.
Punctuation matters.
Yeah.
So you want me to open up these slides here?
Oh, we just looked at the decline there. Care to comment as to padding the 7-day consolidated ratings for Wild Blue Yonder to 11 days while still presenting them as 7 days, whilst adding 240,000 extra views in the process to make it limp over the 7 million mark? Does Disney know you're lying? Yes, they told you to.
That's the
Well, if
other
you can
thing.
come up with a better way to make 7 million, I don't know.
There's that the numbers that both the detractors and the fans, if you will, are using to either praise or denigrate the doctor's viewership over the holidays may not even be real. Disney has fudged numbers before.
So it's worse. It's probably worse.
Consolidated numbers are horrible. They have this is not just this one place that where it's happening. They are consistently lying about their consolidated numbers. It's really bad. What they're doing is not like they said, like 11 days. It should be a 7-day consolidated number, or possibly even fewer sometimes. But the point is that 7 days is the latest, and then they're doing things like 11 days. I think one time it was even like 2 weeks. It was ridiculous, and they still haven't come out for the what is it? The Christmas special still hasn't had their consolidated numbers released, as far as I remember. Unless this just came out and this is the article about it.
With this in mind, the viewership numbers that are being delivered to the public might not even be as good as they saying they are. This wouldn't be surprising. It would appear that while much of international viewership of Doctor Who walked away from the show due to overt amounts of socio-political messaging, you see how they don't say woke, they say socio-political messaging? Parts of the left are also angry with the show because the introduction of the first black Doctor was shared with the presence of David Tennant, arguably the most famous white Doctor. That's that John Stewart Green Lantern stuff when they got him next to Hal Jordan in a movie, okay? Or the TV show Lanterns. You see, yeah, the people wake up.
And that's the thing too. One of the crazy things about this regeneration is that it was a bi-generation, which means that instead of the original Doctor dying off and becoming Ncuti Gatwa, as is the normal process, what they did is they split like a tapeworm, or not a tapeworm, but a flatworm. So they became two different Doctors. And so David Tennant is still out there running around, and he's like the main Doctor. We're just not following him. This is a different Doctor, essentially, that has a different, like almost past. Like they even said, okay, they did this weird kind of like, oh, your fan fiction is correct kind of thing. There's all these different types of histories related to Doctor Who, like, is the first Doctor really the first Doctor? Is the Timeless Children real? And so they said, oh yeah, they're all true for different Doctors. You can just kind of pick and choose what is the official statement, I believe, by RTD about this kind of thing. It's ridiculous.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and so they even said that this Doctor doesn't have the trauma of that the Doctors past have had, that he is unburdened by the things that have happened to him in his past. Basically, what they wanted to do is just rewrite the character and not have any responsibility to the past. They just wanted to make someone new and just call it Doctor Who.
It sounds like they want the headline for doing the... It sounds like they want... Rosales. There we go. They want the credit. Hey, we did something. Black Doctor Who. That's us. Yay, us. But except, are people going to watch? Okay, let's find a way to make a reason why he's not going to be the lead, or there's going to be a reason to get the people who we would lose to still remain watching. They didn't do what Power Rangers did. Power Rangers Turbo, when they just got TJ and they said, you're the Red Ranger, you're the lead. Deal with it. Anyone who can't handle it, I don't know, your fault. And Power Rangers kept doing that. But
it seems like that wasn't even necessary. So they could have they had David Tennant as this hook, right, to bring them into these few episodes. So this episode in which the new Doctor comes along, you could say yes, that they used the White Doctor as the hook there, but then when there is the normal regeneration of the Doctor and you get a new Doctor, that's it. What they did is they made sure that this White Doctor continues and the Black Doctor is created. So they thought that people would go, yay, yay. Eh?
To do that, though, like the Doctors aren't supposed to be able to regen as themselves. So it is weird that Tennant came back, period. But
well, they did set that up in a really clunky and I think bad way. Is that they had, what was it? They mentioned in a previous, what was the War Doctor arc, they mentioned that, it's like, you may start to regenerate into old faces. Or something, or revisit old faces. Basically, they knew that this kind of thing was going to happen, that they wanted to bring back old characters and not have it be like a time that an old Doctor wasn't remembered, or because they're a time traveler, so you can kind of fit it in anywhere and have an excuse why they don't remember or why they don't kind of thing. So
I'm going to look at it and say, I'm going to say that their representation was performative rather than being substantial.
Oh yeah 100%. But my point is that they did kind of in the past set up that this could happen. I think it was bad writing. I don't think that it makes any kind of sense. I don't
see how it's necessary.
Yeah, it's not necessary. The fact that the Doctor is a time traveler already means that you can bring back an old Doctor and then say that, oh, this is just a time where they met at the same time, same place, same time. They don't have
Why do
to.
they need to have him a separate doctor? Like, they broke a very big law thing, it seems like.
They did.
And then on top of it, from Chillmonger's perspective as well, even the fact that they go and bring in this black doctor is not good enough in any case, because it is just performative. It's not actual substantial things. So either way,
the white doctor is still running around being the doctor. They gave him his own TARDIS too. They duplicated the TARDIS. And so the David Tennant, quote unquote, the real doctor, is still going off and having adventures, while Shudigatwa is this imitation doctor who doesn't have the same past. He doesn't have the same character traits. He's his own new person, whatever. And we're following him for now, but he's only going to get 2 seasons. Apparently, he's only going to be the doctor for 2 seasons, and then they're already planning to replace him.
I want to dip into what you're dipping into.
I'm closing. Gordon said that I can't eat phallically.
While I'm here at the infirmary with my children, that if you're planning on getting rid of them, then I guess they plan on just doing whatever they want to do. You know, send them to a disco, have them do this. You know, engage in all kinds of activities that are inappropriate for children in a children's sci-fi show. Because traditionally, it is a children's sci-fi show, and they did get.
It's a family show. Yeah, it's supposed to be for all ages.
And they got over 100 complaints at the BBC, and they wound up responding to it by, well, you're all bigots.
Yeah. I mean, what is it? If you have a bunch of people complaining about stuff that you've done in the past, right, then they're obviously they're either new viewers or they're people who are complaining for complaining's sake. And what is it? If you already have an official stance and you really feel like it's good, then you still need to be good customer service. You still need to respect the customer and communicate effectively and respectfully. You don't just call them names and then walk away. So I'm highly against this kind of response, this kind of PR. But it definitely is in line with other what we see from activists in corporate positions.
Infiltrated, systemic activists.
Yeah.
Are we going to go back to because now that Chill is here, are we going to go back to the Majors update?
What did I miss? What was said? I can add it.
Are there some major updates?
We said that we don't know. That's what our update was.
Okay, then. Since the last time wait. Rosales, you want to start it off? Okay, chill, Will. Jonathan Majors was convicted of 2 of the charges and then not guilty for 2 others. They decided he didn't do aggravated harassment. He didn't do intentional assault. But because there was a bruise on her finger and because they asked, hey, can we get a transcript again? What did Chloe say at the club? She said that Chloe heard Grace asking for ice on her finger. Aha. They thought that was proof that Jonathan is the one who got her finger. It was purple earlier in the morning. They thought there was no doubt in their mind. There was beyond a reasonable doubt that Jonathan recklessly assaulted her. And that's what he got. And then he got harassment, which is a violation. But reckless assault, that's what they decided. There's no proof of this. There's no video of him touching her finger in an aggressive manner. There's only, I guess we can connect the dots. We got to give him something. Let's charge him with that. That's what the jury decided.
That seems like we got to give him something. That sounds like that. Yeah. That it was. Oh, we got to give him something. We can't do all of them, but
well, with what do you call it? With with when you're in a relationship when you're in a relationship with someone, as far as the harassment goes, you have to risk, gosh, I don't want to say risk being offensive necessarily in this context, but you have a reason to be there, and they have a reason to be around you. And so to call two people in a relationship and one of them is somehow harassing the other, I think is a very high bar. And considering what they used for their bar to convict him on that first charge, it makes me question how well they met the criteria for harassment.
So what? So you told us what they you told us what they got him for with the assault, right?
Reckless
Okay,
assault and harassment,
because-
and then the jury,
because there was transcript.
because the jury read the transcript of what Chloe said. They said, "What did she say on the stand? You see, you see that? That's proof. If his girlfriend at the time, his ex-girlfriend, if she had a bruised finger and she asked for ice at the club, that means that Jonathan hurt her finger. Not that she fell down at the club. Not that she was pulling on his jacket as she admits to. Not as she was hitting Jonathan did she break her finger. They ignored all of the video evidence of her finger not being purple before." Or rather afterwards, after they leave the car. There's perfectly fine evidence that she doesn't complain about her finger hurting, but they decided because at the club she said that was enough for them.
And then with the harassment, what was that?
I don't know. I don't think it matters. I think it's just we got to throw something at him. Yeah, he harassed her.
And that's so it's
unintentional hurting or something along those lines. They basically said that him harassing her right there, putting her back in the car and harming her was unintentional, but it was like unintentional harassment or some deal like that.
Even though he's pushing her, and even though she returns into his space. Like as soon as he's done pushing her off, you can see that she's still coming at him. Wouldn't that click in that the reason why he's pushing her is because she's on him and he doesn't want her on her? She already told you in court that she was hitting him. She's already told you she took his phone.
Hit him first, right?
We don't
hit him
know
first.
that he was also going to be charged with violence against him and harassment, but those were dropped. So on the condition that she would come back and testify against him. So they basically charged him only and did not charge her at all.
Yeah, they should have charged her. If that is the standard, let's charge her too.
Yeah, but he's the bigger fish. But he's the bigger
equality.
Fish. Yeah.
So is just the report in the club? That's the only one they're going off the finger thing. Like even though everything was kind of discovered when she was found the next day in the closet. So
during deliberation. The jury were like taking a couple days, and they asked, "Hey, can we get that? What happened?" They said in the club they asked for ice. Okay, thanks. Like that's what they wanted.
They even asked for that. That was important to them. Okay.
To be fair, bruises and are delayed. Generally speaking.
To be fair, you need to be proven beyond a reasonable doubt that someone's guilty of something in criminal court.
Yeah, 100%. But bruises and sometimes these kinds of not sprain. If it's broken or sprained, you're going to notice immediately. But I mean, if it's bruised, sometimes you don't notice till the next day.
Well, if you ask the doctor who gave the professional opinion that this is self-inflicted trauma, and it's common for an injury like this one to not be from a twist, it's from somebody hurting themselves. You have to combine that. And again, it's beyond reasonable doubt.
There you go. 100%. Yeah, there you go.
And himself.
But I think that should have trumped, that opinion right there should have trumped anything that was going on, or at least made it so that they couldn't convict because it's not beyond a reasonable doubt. Because if the doctor is saying it's consistent with a self-inflicted injury, then I don't see how you could convict.
I just want to address this real quick. Nico says, is he going to appeal? In New York City specifically, I know this about New York City. I don't know about any place else. Misdemeanor charges cannot be appealed. So if you get convicted of like a driving ticket, that's it. You're a drunk driver. You cannot appeal that. You cannot appeal a drunk driving charge. And the misdemeanors in which Jonathan Majors was convicted of cannot be appealed. It's done. It's over. It's on his permanent record, pushing all of his high school scores back. He is that is. I'm rambling now. But Gil, any final thoughts on that?
I'll say, let's see, the police body cameras were shown in court and the audio was pulled. So if you ask her when Grace was on the stand, she said, I didn't tell the police anything, and then the police said, she whispered to us that Jonathan hurt her the other night. And that's why we arrested Jonathan, because, they needed a reason to say they arrested him. Right. So there it is. Like if anything, we go after the police officers for their false, like the strangulation charge, all that stuff, because they're on camera.
You can't appeal them, but can you get it overturned if all of the evidence is like, I don't know.
Physical evidence of a cop looking at Grace and then saying to her or coaching her to say that you were strangled by Jonathan Majors. He's suggesting this charge. I have the video. Do you see him right there at the bottom? That's him putting his hands on his neck. She's on the closet on the floor, and he's looking.
He's no order for this.
I gave it a shot. I'll try. Look at him. He's saying, "Well, were you choked?" Tell us.
Wait. Well, okay. I hear what you're saying, but is it possible that she is talking to him and he's saying like this? Yeah, he's like demonstrating.
You know why I don't believe it? It's because before this video became public knowledge a couple weeks ago, Jonathan, his defense attorney, was telling us that he was trying to get it. So is it possible without the audio? Sure. But when you add the audio, which we don't have access to, and I believe what the defense attorney told me, he was telling her to get a strangulation charge to get that.
What was the argument for no audio?
I don't know. Racism? I don't know.
Good bias, people.
Yeah. The truth
often
doesn't have that.
Yeah, we don't want that. The narrative is more important here.
There's going to be an interview on Good Morning America coming on Monday where Jonathan will talk, not through his lawyer. It's just him sit down with Lindsay Davis. And I'm nervous of how this will be edited because it's already been filmed. I saw the little clips. They will edit it, though, and they could do what they want to do with an edit. And so either, his story will become more public. And you know how the Cat Williams interview is just getting clipped and snippeted and just shared everywhere? Maybe the same will happen with Jonathan Majors, or maybe also they'll clip just the right moment, and you see that he didn't answer the question and things will not work out. But we'll see.
It's horrible.
That's the report, Rosales.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Is that him saying hold up because he can't talk? Okay. I got the next topic right here. You guys did Majors Update Doctor Who. Amazon Prime price increase. To what?
Yeah.
What are they changing the price to?
100 and what? 100
Well,
20
it's not only that, but they are also like adding ads to their Prime videos. So
how annoying are the ads going to be?
They're intrusive. You've seen it, right? We were watching just a short video or a short show that was only like 10 minutes long. Remember that, Kitty? Yeah, and then they're just like you're getting to a dramatic point in the show, and then all of a sudden, bam! It's really intrusive.
$175 a year.
I mean, this isn't surprising. It's most streaming services, whether it's Prime, Max, Disney, Hulu, they have ads. So why would this be surprising? Like I don't see the surprise.
They haven't had it now, and they're just introducing this extra tier for an extra $2.99 a month. You can now get it ad free. So basically, you just need to pay a premium price to get what you previously had.
Yeah, so it's like just pay the price. I mean, I don't. That's the way I'm seeing it. It's like,
and there technically are ads now, but it's generally for like other Prime, whatever videos or whatever. I remember the last time I was watching it, it was like, okay, wait, I'm not watching The Boys. Why is The Boys playing? Okay, it's an ad. So I mean, it's not like they don't have it now, but I think this is going to be general commercials, so they actually make some money off of it. But,
right.
Yeah.
And they are a business, and hence for ads to generate a lot of revenue. So I mean,
it's just sort of frustrating in the sense that we had regular television and cable, and then we moved to an internet model because the service was better, the prices was better, and then now they're replicating all of the same conditions that we used to have on this new service. So I mean, it's annoying. It's not that it doesn't make any sense. It's just annoying.
fair enough. Sadly, Amazon is making some really good content compared to some of the other streaming things. Like, granted, they're, adapting things horribly, but I don't know. Like with The Boys, Invincible, like Reacher, there's some pretty good adaptations that are on there, even if they are screwing up Rings of Power and Wheel of Time.
I don't know. Was Wheel of Time that bad?
Yeah, if you've read it.
If the increase of price is only a couple dollars, that's kind of fine. It's a time for money. I get it. I would pay the money if I really wanted. If I enjoyed Amazon as much as I do, but Amazon Prime is more than just their streaming. It's also the delivery service and everything. I don't know. We get a bargain with Amazon Prime, so if anyone's gonna raise the price, I guess they are the ones. I'm just looking at ads and the way we think about them. Throughout the years, it's been a TV ad for 30 seconds. Then another, and then they just started adopting that and putting that on YouTube and putting that on our computers. Well, then YouTube started doing like the little 5-second ads and the 10-second ads, and I think that's way more impactful. What about when you log on to Amazon Prime or Netflix or Disney Plus? How about you just play an ad right before all of the options show up? Right, just boom, you get. Let's just pretend Coca-Cola.
They do that. On the TV service and on your phone. Maybe not necessarily on your computer. I haven't necessarily experienced that, but I know that when I boot up the TV app on the Prime app on my phone or on TV, it will play an ad before I get to the options.
Okay, now what is the ad? Is it 30 seconds of a commercial of somebody?
It's usually
drinking
10
yogurt,
seconds, like a car ad or something.
So but that's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say that it's a conventional advertisement that we've been taught works. How about something different? The logo of your product. So let's pretend Netflix and let's pretend Coca-Cola. You know how they use the polar bears in Coca-Cola and they're drinking the Coke? Like, what if you just saw a polar bear drinking a Coke, right? And then he knocks one back, he throws one over, and we're like, oh, where did he throw that Coke can? And he drinks it, and then he reaches for another Coke can. And then the camera pans off, and red, Netflix is red, the Coke can is red, and you can see that it spells the word Netflix. Oh, that would be like a cool collaborative, that this service has something to do with this drink, and that could only take 10 seconds really, and we get our advertisement. Everyone's happy, but make the ads for the streaming service rather than
Michael probably going to go to something that they used to do at the inception of television. Now we've gone full circle a couple of times. Originally, you had broadcast television, and you would have 3-minute increments so that you could do your ads in and get up and go to the bathroom and everything else. And so shows would be broke up into 11-minute segments, and they would leave you at a small, tiny cliffhanger at the 11-minute mark.
Yeah,
and then
which is great.
Back. Now that they're giving you less episodes, they're doing that less and less and telling less coherent stories, and you're winding up getting worse products. However, the time period for commercials is becoming less and less and less. So you're now, instead of having 3 minutes worth of commercials, at 60 and 90 seconds long, you're having 30 seconds or 1 minute, 90 seconds of commercials, but they're all about 15 seconds long, and we're being reconditioned to ignore the messages. So I think something we're going to wind up having something like Coca-Cola presents Jack Reacher. Or things like that, where it becomes incorporated into the shows themselves and producing the shows. And instead of getting money from
product placement,
advertisement, you're going to have them actually integrated into the stories. And that's the way it used to be at the inception of television. You had the Marlboro
it's like sponsorship
or something like that. So that's something I think they're probably going to go to.
What was it? Twitch has gone back to I was watching a stream the other day, and there were their ad break was 6 ads long of standard size length ad.
And this is on a stream,
crazy.
not on an actual, which is about live interaction and all of that. Whereas with TV, when there is a sort of a lull in the story or a certain valley that we can, or even it doesn't have to be a cliffhanger. It's just, okay, well, there we go to commercial. I can see it in Heartland. I watch Heartland on Netflix, and you can see Heartland it's a TV show. You would see that it would blank out. Oh, that would be where the ad would play. And you know what? I was okay with that because I'm from that sort of TV land where you kind of get your break in between, and then you have your ads. But the way that the ads seemed to happen for what we saw, it was the ad to content ratio is just horrible. You're seeing ads as much as you're seeing the story that you're watching. And also it's just out of the blue. You're like, what am I watching? You're like, oh, okay, cool. Now we're in the ad. And then you think it's the next scene of the show. It's not designed with ads in mind. It's but I think it'll take a while before advertising then becomes what it was before, with the sort of brings you Jack Reacher or whatever, because people will pay for that advertising, but it will take a long time for them to realize it's ineffective.
Is this your professional opinion?
Yes.
I mean,
because I know that exactly what happens is client says, you got this many eyeballs on my advertisement, but I didn't get any conversions from it. And it's like,
I don't know how many people know, but Kitty actually is a professional
advertiser.
Yeah.
My personal opinion is, if you can't afford it, you pay for premium. If you can't, then you pay for regular ads. I mean, I'm not trying to be cut and dry, black and white here, but you just have that option. Just do that. I mean, again, this is a business. I'm not saying that it's fair or right, but they make money. And in the case of Amazon, didn't they sell something last year about the workers or something like that, and how they wanted more pay and stuff I forgot. I think it was maybe a different company. I'm conflating the two.
It's Amazon.
Amazon's usually just mistreating people.
Yeah. So I mean, if this helps pay the workers, why not? That's how I see it.
So if they did move to in-show ads or whatever, somehow product placement type deals, would that get out if you bought the premium package? Would it just be a green box on the screen or something?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I doubt it. I think that the premium package for the advertiser would be to be the default, maybe. Otherwise, you do, instead of a green thing, you have a fake brand, cola. Or
Fair enough. I just know big brands.
Roman ad, your ad here.
Or
that would be
what was that?
Cool.
Was it what's that brand of cigarettes or whatever in Tarantino movies? It's a fake brand. He has
Big Apple ones, I think.
Big Apple, yeah. And so you have the brand or whatever of Netflix or Amazon or something like that, and then the advertiser would replace that brand. They go in and add it in.
That'd be clever.
That is, yeah, that would be. That seems like that would be somewhat involved. But I don't know. It's
Well,
weird because like
if
big
it's done in
franchises.
like for originals, if it's done for originals and they plan it ahead of time and it's a green box, right? And so then Netflix for the premium service or whatever, it's their brand, their fake brand. But when they have an advertiser, it goes in and replaces that. And so if it's built in from the beginning, it would be way easier to accomplish than doing it in post, like or like
Fair enough.
redoing it. They've done this kind of thing in
You
as a
remember? I
limited
think it was like How I Met Your Mother or something was doing that or testing it, where they could change things in the background to make them ads and stuff. It's just weird because like franchises like Fast and Furious, they were putting in like specific like cell phones and stuff as advertisements to other companies. It's just weird. Like if we keep adding ads on top of ads on top of ads inside of things, like I don't know, where does it end?
We're gonna. I do agree that we're gonna become more numb to them.
Yeah, there was Nokia in The Matrix, and there was what was the company? Was it Samsung? I can't remember, but it was a different cell phone company in Iron Man 1.
Yeah,
where you're seeing the phone
Iron
up
Man
close,
was
you're
just
seeing
Audi.
it work,
That's
and
all I
then
knew.
but then you had, what do you call it? In The Matrix 1, they had the Nokia phone. Neo was using it, and he dropped it when he was climbing the building or trying to escape, but then didn't. Right, he dropped his phone, and the camera zoomed in on the Nokia phone, and then it fell.
Yeah. What?
So I mean,
Yeah.
it's
So
happened before. So
what happened to Rosales?
hopefully he'll come back. Hopefully this means that his computer is working again.
I saw him do this, so I thought we were going to talk about this.
We are. What is that?
Yeah.
WB Discovery. Well,
Yeah,
one of
they're
the
gonna
topics here
merge.
on the side say that they're going to merge with Paramount, so that's the thing.
Yeah, Warner Brothers
They-
and Discovery, Warner Brothers, Max, all of the what is it? Max, HBO Max or HBO and Warner Brothers have already merged. They're already one company. They were recently bought out by Discovery. And now apparently Paramount, Warner Brothers and Paramount are going to merge apparently.
They're in the logo.
What's the
Come out.
what is the news on this development?
Well, the thing is, the thing about this, they are in a position where they are talking about joining up with Paramount, merging the two companies. The parent company of Paramount is a privately owned company. They're not on their on the stock market, but Paramount Global is. And Zaslav started talking with the person who has like 80% stock in Paramount Global, and they've started negotiating. Now, Tom Cruise's company, Skydance, has been lowballing Paramount, trying to purchase Paramount simply because he wants to get the back catalog of films that involve him. Okay.
Yeah.
The big interest for Warner Brothers and Discovery is CBS and Viacom and the sports that they are involved with. And they want to incorporate that into their sports that they are building in the next couple of years. They're trying to outdo everybody else when it comes to sports. And if they're able to get those TV accounts, then they'll be in a better position, as well as having their back catalog. And what I was doing when I put this little logo together of the Paramount and the Warner Brothers Discovery, I had noticed that WPD sounds like a police state in entertainment. So I went a different route, and I thought that would be a nice logo for them to have. But then I started thinking about the different types of crossovers that you might have. Okay, so who knows how to do the next slide?
The logo, man.
There it is.
Okay.
Create
So
an account.
I saw this
reading.
article that had 10 Paramount franchises Warner Brothers merger could do for crossovers, but I didn't want to sign up, so I came up with my own.
I love that. Okay.
So
And
we could have Captain Kirk and the gang join up with the Super Friends and see what they might look like as superheroes. So we could have like a superhero crossover there.
I might like
Why
that.
does that look so
Yikes.
good? Like that looks right for some reason.
Yeah,
Kind of
that
like the
already-
Aquaman Kirk.
You could have Batman has already crossed over with the Ninja Turtles, so why not expand it into the rest of Nickelodeon and have him cross over with SpongeBob?
Wait
No,
a
I
minute.
want Batman at
Wait a
Bikini
minute.
Bottom.
Wait a minute. Batman crossover with Ninja Turtles? Is that real?
That is very real.
But Ninja Turtles are in the Marvel universe.
Yeah, they are not owned by Marvel. They are
Okay.
owned by Paramount. So,
Or at least this is my limited knowledge on them, is that the ooze that transformed what's his name? Daredevil is the same ooze that transformed the Ninja Turtles.
yeah, but the comic book continuity it bounces all over the place.
You're forgetting the continuity of SpongeBob when he was with Sandy in her little air dome and he said, I don't need it. I don't need it. No, he needs water. This crossover needs to happen underwater. Next.
Boy,
We have
I'm not looking. Yeah.
maybe we have Harry Potter crossover with the Airbenders and have a big city adventure.
Of all of the ones you've shown me, I like this the most.
I like the glasses on Harry.
But doesn't Netflix have the rights right now to Last Airbender?
Yeah, they have they have some rights to that to do what they're doing. But again, the parent company is licensing out those things to stay afloat.
see.
So,
I see. Okay. We're in the worst timeline.
Who is the truest Flash?
Flash.
I think not only do you need to reboot Flash, but you need to reboot him in the most family-friendly way so that you can grow a brand new audience for the Flash by combining him with some video game icons.
There was a point
Why
in the
not
Sonic
at this
movie
point?
he was reading comic books and he read a Flash comic book.
Oh, really?
Is that the last one, or is there another one?
That's the last one.
So, what do you guys think? What would you like to see in a combination of Paramount and Warner Brothers and Discovery?
What
I would
what
like
do
to
they-
see specifically Mindy Kaling's Scooby-Doo crossover with
Based.
Sonic.
No. Wait. This Paramount is the one that has the what's the name? The
There
cowboy
you go.
show, right?
Mindy Kaling's Scooby-Doo crossover with Lower Decks.
Yellowstone?
Yellowstone, yes. So so Yellowstone would Yellowstone be a candidate?
Absolutely.
I don't
think
want
it'd be
to
pretty cool.
crossover with anything.
So who do you want to cross them over with?
No one,
Ninja
but
Turtles.
just as a joke, yeah, Ninja Turtles or maybe Harry Potter. Anyone? as long as
Harry
as long
Potter
as I get
versus
more
the
Yellowstone, I'm happy. I don't care as long as it continues. Can I just have my show?
No,
I
you
think-
can't have your show.
So is this good or bad? Tell me whether I should be mad at it. Must I go on the internet and growl at people about it?
Well, I think it's possible that we might see characters from both Nickelodeon and the Cartoon Network come together and renovate some houses on Discovery.
That wouldn't be
Great.
too bad.
Could be cool.
Nick,
There's
here's
some
the
really
thing.
fun ones that are.
I'm against more mega
I don't know.
corporations combining to be even bigger mega corporations, but these all seem to be like what is it? Mega corporations that are like have sinking ships, and they're like merging together to like tying like rafts together to not sink.
Yes, that sounds about right.
So I don't know how exactly I feel about it, but in that situation, I'm not feeling too bad because eventually they'll be the same size. It's just the IPs are merging.
There is a small infinitesimal chance that the company that owns Paramount will wind up selling Paramount in pieces and parts. In other words, they would give Skydance what they want out of the film library of Paramount, so that Tom Cruise can have his back catalog of work and be happy. And they might give the sports and television to Warner Brothers, except for possibly BET, because what's his name? Oh my goodness, Byron Allen. Byron Allen and his company made a high offer for BET. And it would be, I think, probably the smartest thing for BET to go to Byron Allen, because that man has taken himself from TV host to media mogul, and he would do well to take BET out of obscurity and into the mainstream. I think more so than a Tyler Perry.
Oh, but when I think it would be more interesting if okay, he owns it, but like he makes like the main host of like like the running through line through the channel, Will Smith.
I don't think
Bring
that's
him
the
back.
embarrassing joke you think it is. He's pretty highly acclaimed.
No. I'm. This is serious. No, you are absolutely correct. This could be a way to revitalize his image, rehabilitate him.
I'm just too like paranoid. I think that to give BET up and have it black owned would be like the destruction of their intention, because they've just been trying to destroy over the last since I've ever been alive, at least.
Oh. You think that it would okay, so exactly what would be the path? What would happen?
They keep it under their wing and they give us more Tyler Perry and more nonsense shows, rather than and music videos that are yuck, and they continue with the destruction, as opposed to forwarding a show like, for example, the Cosby Show, when one parent is a doctor and the other parent's a lawyer. They wouldn't do that.
So it would be the toxic elements of
That's what they would do. That's what they would want to continue doing. But if it goes to Byron, somebody who's got skin in the game, maybe he'd be focusing on uplifting, and he's got the funds to produce the great shows that need to be happening.
If BET gets absorbed into another network, it runs a great risk of being pruned out of cost-cutting measures, because there are a lot of channels under the Viacom CBS logo, and a lot of these things are going to be cut back and cut down. I don't know if we remember, but Cartoon Network used to have a building. Cartoon Network used to have an animation studio. All of that, when they were absorbed by Discovery, went bye-bye, and everybody who kept their jobs moved over to Warner Brothers Animation. Now the brand is still there, Cartoon Network. The channel is still there, but they are not producing anything new and haven't produced anything new. I don't think they will until after 2025, if the channel survives. However, a combined channel of Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network, C-Lodian, whatever you want to call it, might draw more attention and give them a little bit extra life, as you wind up seeing all of your favorite classic cartoons as grown-ups, not children. Children aren't watching that. They're watching YouTube. But as grown-ups, you go back and watch all of your favorite things together without having to move around, because they'll be in one space. Can that happen with BET? I don't know.
Now, what's an interesting quirk of this situation is also Rooster Teeth would be included in this merger. That they are under Warner Brothers, sir. So their studios would be included in this deal in some capacity. And they're facing a shutdown as well. They're already not doing their RTX, their what do you call it? Their convention. So they're facing heavily. They're moving all of their content off of YouTube onto their platform so that they can fully monetize all of it. Which I think is
I didn't know that I wanted to see Kenan and Kel in The Conjuring, but now I need to see them.
Yes.
That does sound good.
Kenan. That would work.
Who likes orange soda?
Kel loves orange soda.
Yeah.
That's stupid. Orange soda is disgusting.
I love orange soda.
That was my jam back in the day.
It was mine too.
Screw in the tuna.
Love a good Fanta.
Don't get me wrong, I like Fanta, but orange soda that's probably one of my unfavorite sodas. I tried Sunkist, not for me. Fanta, no, not for me.
Are we gonna have to put Fanta cans in your your TV shows now? That's what's gotta cover.
Jill, I still happen to be on my telephone here doing this, and I think we're probably going to have to cut this a little bit short so that, I can continue to fix my computer. And, maybe we'll pick up on some of these topics next week. What do you think?
You don't want to talk about Star Wars needing women, or what's the other one?
You weren't here
Godzilla?
for that.
Huh?
It's sort of already talked about it.
Show the video.
Oh, you got a 2-minute video here.
I swear to God, men, reach down into your pants, find your and be okay with it. We can take a woman directing a film in Star Wars and live. We're all gonna survive. I swear to God, you guys want to come off like you're tough and you're a bunch of wusses. Finally, a woman gets to direct a theatrical feature in Star Wars with Rey, with other women leading the way. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Another day, another controversy because a person said a thing and now half the internet is angry about it and the other half is angry at the people who got angry in the first place.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
The director of the Rey movie just said this.
I'm very thrilled about the project because I think what we are about to create is something very special. And we're in 2024 now. And I think it's about time that we had a woman come forward to shape the story in a galaxy far, far away.
What the has that got to do with Star Wars?
Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy will be the director of the next Star Wars movie, which will follow Rey 15 years after the rise of Skywalker.
The answers seem to come in the form of previous interviews that magically resurfaced around the same time that seem to offer some insight into her mindset as a director.
I like to make men uncomfortable. I enjoy making men uncomfortable.
See, the fact is, these interviews were made years earlier and they have absolutely nothing to do with Star Wars or even the entire Western Hemisphere for that matter. She was talking about her documentary work to expose the practice of honor killings in Pakistan and the men who somehow think it's okay to literally murder women for the crime of being assaulted. But the problem is that when a clip like that surfaces at the same time as her interview about Star Wars, the human mind naturally forms a link between two completely unrelated things and assumes the worst.
I think at the heart of everything, I am a storyteller and an activist. And my body of work over the last 20 years has been guided by my activism, and every single piece of work that I've ever created has a piece of activism in it. It could be very overt or it could be covert.
Now, none of this is to say that I think she's going to produce an amazing Star Wars movie or that she's particularly qualified to take on a massive project like this in the first place.
Not sure if all of you know this, but I'm not a trained filmmaker. So I never went to film school. I went to Smith College and did my undergraduate and studied economics and political science like a good Pakistani girl.
Hey, never went to film school. So
It's okay.
it's a bit of a leap and a stretch to provide a Star Wars project. Like Patty Jenkins, very qualified, had a couple movies under her belt, big budget too. That's someone I would give the resources that come with this huge project. But
Oh,
she didn't even go to film
maybe
school.
not particularly her. I think that Wonder Woman 1984 was not a very good film. So I think that maybe something, what is it? Maybe a lower end project. Something
Well, she'd
big,
still be
something
better than
bigger.
somebody who hasn't
True.
gone to film school.
Yes, true. And someone who is a professed activist over being a filmmaker. Yeah.
Well, I forgot to mention it when you had played that video in the beginning. That guy that was talking about, have a woman direct. He's a freaking white knight in a shield. That man needs to get punched in the face. I've never seen such a ridiculous statement come out of a man's mouth. Like,
We will be okay. That is not the point. Yeah.
Like, come on, bro. Like, who cares? Like, there's plenty of woman directors in the show business, right? So what are we trying to say? Like, oh, have a woman. Okay, it's Star Wars. I mean, wasn't it someone had posted in the messages for our some weekly wrap up that Lucas's wife helped with Empire? Like, who? Like, what are we talking about here?
He saved the edit of the original Star Wars, A New Hope. It was unwatchable. And he had shown it to all of his friends, Scorsese and all of those people, and they were like, "What is this? This is horrible. You can't show this to anybody." And his wife was the editor, and she finally took it and she recut it into the masterpiece, and she won an Oscar for it. Now, granted, nobody has ever seen that. Nobody of your age has ever seen the original Oscar-worthy cut because he started messing with it and monkeying with it afterwards. It never wound up in the vaults in Washington because he never turned in one to be saved for posterity's sake, which is why you have all of these remakes, people going back through there and Harvey's edit and whatnot, trying to recreate the Oscar award-winning film that I saw and Jaded saw in the movie theaters back in the day. But that was her. That was all her. She took crap and made a crap pie.
Well, it's 2024, and it's about time a woman shaped the story a long time ago. Not Marsha,
yes.
Not Bryce Dallas Howard or the other women.
Yeah. See, the thing is that this isn't professional filmmaking anymore. This is Little League. Everybody gets an at-bat. Everybody gets to participate, and everyone gets to join the team and do their best to shine. Whether the team loses or not, everybody gets a participation trophy. Nowadays, it's called an Oscar. Everybody you have to let everybody participate in order to get an Oscar. So
she has an Oscar, doesn't she?
Yes, for documentary filmmaking. And no, I don't know about an Oscar. She's got
she has 2 Golden Globes
for documentaries.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not the same.
No.
Not the same.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. Like, I don't care. Listen, I don't care who films it as long as I get a good Star Wars film. That's
True.
what that I don't like. This is the point. Like, why are we putting these titles? That's what people are fed up about. That's why people didn't care for like writer strikes and all this, because we just want a movie. We don't care. We want good Star Wars. Who cares? Like we've seen the animated series have had about 3 female characters in it with Ahsoka. I forgot the other 2 girls, and we like them. So what is this? Like go back to the kitchen. That's what I really want to tell her. What's wrong with you?
Oh, she would want to make you feel very uncomfortable in return.
Yeah, I don't want her in the kitchen. What is Nico saying?
She's gonna poison you. Don't trust what she cooks for you, man. If you're male presenting.
Yeah.
You don't. Nico says you don't need to be a film school
being
graduate.
Male presenting in 2024.
You know, I wind up. I am male presenting, but as I get older, less and less. Nico says you
Uh,
don't need to be
no comparison to Cat presented.
to be a good director, but we as an audience have to look at a franchise as big as Star Wars through the lens of precedents, and Disney doesn't have a good one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Period.
It's not good.
Honey.
Like you don't. You were saying that it doesn't matter if the team loses. That's true. The teams have lost. They've lost money several times now, guys. We're done. There's been a lot of, like, people have admitted that it's gone bad. So why don't we learn from it? Why haven't we learned yet? No, we're gonna get even bigger. We're gonna double down. This is even better. We got somebody who says she's an activist.
But I feel like everything is like, whatever your beliefs are, values are going to be poured onto the pages of your scripts just because that's who you are.
Yeah.
And what, as she said, covertly, fine. Yeah, I guess that's why covertly this woman is going to have this interaction with this man, but it's going to be really something short. It's going to be the little thing with the waiter at the dining room. Like, that's all that it is. But like, I don't know. I'm worried. Like, what will the theme of this movie be? I know Rey is going to be in it. Is she the lead of it? Are all the Jedi going to be all women? Because men don't just, we tried it that way.
What about
but
this
now,
director says?
Or
You know?
does she
the
lean
Sith-
into the Palpatine thing? Is this the start of a new enemy?
I think
I would see. I think that was a missed. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just thinking that Palpatine has already invaded the halls of Disney and is running the thing into the ground to get rid of the Jedi.
Wait, Rey
What I
has
was
to be
gonna
gay
say
now.
is, so the what do you call it? What I thought was a missed opportunity and would have loved to see this kind of story is Rey adopt not the Skywalker name, but the Palpatine name and try to rehabilitate it. Her try to be Palpatine and be like, I know my grandfather's legacy is what it is, but and like rediscover her roots, rediscover like where did Palpatine come from? What was her family legacy, and can she make it a good name again?
Yes, a politician who grew up rich. Yes. She's got it rough. He had it rough. Palpatine had a rough life. Let me tell you.
I'm not saying sympathy for Sheev. I'm talking about rehabilitating the name while still demonizing Sheev.
Nah, I want Broom Kid.
Oh yeah. Well,
Broom
Kid
Kid
trilogy is canceled, I think. No, that was such a bad. That was so bad. With that whole storyline, it's not only did they try and save the animals, they probably didn't really save the animals. But if they tried to save the animals, instead of worrying about the kids, who they left in the hands of the slavers to be abused for all of the damage that happened, and then on top of that, they had
Erase the kids.
The ring with the secret compartment that showed the rebellion symbol. Why does that exist? The New Republic has been around for 30 years. It is completely. They are the ones, the ring. Yeah, it's like from before when the Empire.
There are no flaws in Kathleen Kennedy's Star Wars. Everything has a reason. It's been explained in the novelization, and there's video games coming to explain more.
It's okay, Andrew. It just went over your head.
Yeah.
Well, I need to get going. I need to go to the premiere of the No One Asked You podcast. We're reading Mistborn, so I'm gonna go. But you guys, Rosales, thank you as always for having me along. And
yeah, I'll be heading out too. I have a lot of stuff to do today too.
Well, she was not done talking yet,
No, I'm done. I mean,
talking over a woman. Like, can you believe talking over a woman?
Exactly in 2024. No, he knew that I was gonna just be fluffing, just making a whole bunch of fluff. So he knew. He was like, okay, that's it.
Well, thank you for being here at the premiere. I wish I could have been here. It was awesome. Jill, you want to cover anything else of the topics there that like we got Godzilla, we got maybe something else there, or you want to save that for next week?
Save it for next week.
We'll do that next week.
We're
week
out.
we will be talking about can Deadpool save Marvel? Is Godzilla versus Kong jumping the shark? We will talk. We'll have another Majors update possibly after the interview. We'll see what happened there.
Yes.
Maybe
Awesome.
Maybe we'll talk gaming in 2024 with Smitty 2447. Who knows what's going to happen next week? Will my computer be up? Will I be on my son's laptop?
Yes.
Will Chill find another really hot topic to draw his numbers up even higher on YouTube? These questions and more will be answered next week. Chill, do you know where the video is, the outro?
I got you. Star Wars box intro. Do I got to hit end stream now? I don't want to do it unless he tells me to. Should I do it?
Only if you don't want the stream to go perpetually.
Oh yeah, I think. Where did it go? Did I move it? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We'll do this.
Do it again, Warren.
Congratulations. That was one of the stupidest things that I've ever seen anybody post on the internet before. Congratulations. The bar is high cause people post lots and lots of stupid things, but your stupid thing was somehow the leader of the pack.